You don't have to hang around the same people in order to get where you want to get, but you got to position yourself to get around the right people so they'll give you more posture and work on the projects you need to get profitable in life and in business. So let's start with this, man. Let's start with possibilities, right? The ABCs of money. Click share if you feel like you want to give some other people some content. Go ahead and click share. Let's talk about possibilities. Here's my question for you guys. I got this from Jim Rohn. You could have been born in Budapest. You could have been born in Czechoslovakia. You could have been born in the former Soviet Union. You were born in America. So what that means is the possibilities are actually unlimited. They're limitless. Now, I know all of us we're quote unquote created equal, but opportunities are not equal. Let's be crystal clear. I'm not here to give you a political statement. I know that all opportunities are not equal, but you have potential. If you tap into your potential, if you understand that you are the smartest, most knowledgeable creature on the planet, and if you tap into your instincts and understand that you are the only creature on the planet who can think of something first and make it happen second, if you knew that, more people on this planet would tap into their potential and increase their possibility. So here's the reality. A lion can't say, I need to eat, and then food just pop up. He can say, I need to eat, and then go hunting and make it happen. A gorilla can't say tree and a tree just pop up. He has to find a tree, climb it, scale it, and go make it happen. Well, here's the interesting thing about people. You can think of something first that you want. Then the universe will bring you the people, the places, the things, the resources necessary for you to make it happen so you can be prosperous. In other words, you can't say money and money just fall out the sky. But you can say money, create an idea, use the potential that you have, get with some other individuals, also known as people, create a product, create some prosperity, and the possibilities are unlimited. But you got to know up front that you're the only person that can make that happen. You got to know up front, you're the only species that can make that happen. The problem with most people is that you've limited your possibilities. I want you guys to think about this for a minute. I grew up on both sides of the tracks. A lot of people don't know this, but I grew up on both sides of the tracks. So I've seen the drug game in my backyard, but I grew up in a nice brick home with both parents. I wouldn't change how I grew up for the world. And one thing I knew for sure was that my mom taught me this early. Whatever you think about, you can bring about. Whatever you think about, you can bring about. I learned that when I was 9 years old. So because my parents provided me with the proper mindset, my imagination was not the problem. See, the problem with most people is that you're not using one of your gifts from God, which is your imagination. So you're not stretching. You're not saying to yourself, you know what, my possibilities are unlimited. That's the problem with most people, is that you are limiting your beliefs. So when I grew up, my whole point was, when I grew up seeing crack cocaine, not in the projects, but behind my house. When I grew up seeing friends of mine get shot. When I grew up seeing friends of mine go to prison. When I grew up seeing friends of mine get caught up in gang activity. I never knew that I would be where I am today. But I knew that I had the potential to change that situation because my parents taught me about the possibilities. Even if you aren't where you want to be right now, don't be pessimistic about the situation. We talked about that yesterday with optimism. Don't be a pessimist. Don't say, well, this is just where I am. This is where I'm always going to be. Because had I been in that situation, I would still be in my old neighborhood and I would be in prison like a lot of my friends. I didn't ignore the possibilities. Now, people see me today. I got passive income. I participate in things that most people wouldn't even dream about because of the people that I surrounded myself with. Why? Because I knew my potential was unlimited. I knew the possibilities were unlimited. It doesn't matter where you're from. God gave you something called your imagination, and most of you guys aren't using it. So that's the first thing I want to talk to you guys about. Possibilities. And that's also prosperity. Possibility and prosperity. Now, what's the first thing you need to do to get positioned to do that? You got to posture yourself. You got to posture yourself. You got to put yourself in position. You got to put yourself in position so you can have the right posture to attract the things you want. So I put myself in position years ago. I said, you know what? I'm broke. I got a degree, but I'm struggling. I'm working for the Bank of the Nation. I can't give you guys the name of the company, but at the time it was called the Bank of the Nation. Today it's called the Bank of America. I put myself in a position to give myself better posture. So now when I talk about finances, nobody can discount what it is that I'm saying. Does that make sense? In other words, I'm living it. When I talk about passive income, nobody can make me feel bad about my situation because I no longer had a guilt I used to carry about money. I gave myself permission to be prosperous. A lot of you guys, you don't have the right posture because you haven't given yourself permission yet that having money is okay. You still think that money don't grow on trees. These are the things that people told you, pessimistic people. Money don't grow on trees. You never amount to anything. Whatever you were told, you need to unlearn those things because you haven't given yourself permission. And you'll always be in poverty if you do that instead of paradise. So I want you to understand posture is half the battle. And you got to position yourself. So I positioned myself while I was in college to start learning about a home-based business. I positioned myself while I was in college to start learning about passive income. I positioned myself 8 months ago to purchase this property. I positioned myself by reading books and hanging around the right people. When you get in the right position, you'll start developing the right posture, and then other people can't tell you anything negative about your situation. You got to give yourself permission to be prosperous. I knew I was going to be rich. I just didn't know how. I didn't know the vehicle, but I knew I was going to be wealthy. I knew it. I just didn't know the vehicle. When I got the posture, the universe did the rest. See, a lot of you guys think money is a skill. It takes skill. It don't really take a skill as much as it takes you posturing yourself and putting yourself in position with the right people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I want y'all to think about this. I got started in network marketing. Y'all know how many people told me network marketing was a Ponzi scheme? Do y'all know how many people actually told me network marketing was a Ponzi scheme? Had I listened to those pessimistic people telling me network marketing was a Ponzi scheme, I would not have earned 7 figures from home. See, it's all a process of you getting through all the negative people, all the naysayers, overcoming your own thoughts, overcoming your own limited beliefs and your own negative thinking. Enjoy that process. So I've been processing and I've been Ponziing and pyramiding my way all the way to $1 million. Why? Because I understood I had to have posture or people would destroy your dreams. I'm just telling you. The number one thing that's going to knock you out the game when it relates to money is people. Period. Let's end with this. 2 things you got to do now that we got your mindset right. You have to be more productive. You got to be more productive. You got to ask yourself, what am I doing with my time? There's only 2 kinds of equity, people, time and money. And it's the ABCs of money, but I want you to understand your time is actually more valuable than money. You can always make more money, but you can't get more time. So if you sit around here dwelling on your past and looking at where you are today because of some past decisions you've made, you'll never get to the money that you want, you'll never get to the success that you want because you're too worried about your past. Stop wasting time in the past and become more productive right now so you can become more profitable later. That's number 1. What are you doing every day? Let me give you a tip. If you wake up every day and the first thing you do is roll over and check social media, you're in big trouble. Social media puts you in a comparative state. You'll never ever be able to be productive when the first thing you do is wake up, check email, get on social media, look at your timeline. When's the last time you did something productive? The first hour you woke up and the last hour before you went to sleep. You gotta be more productive with your time if you're gonna make money. Let me prepare you for something. When you start focusing on money, people start acting real funny. And I always tell people that's why their money is funny. When you start focusing on money, I'm preparing you right now. People around you start acting funny. And here's why. They want you to remain who you are, but you're becoming a different person so you can put yourself in a different position. But people around you don't want you to do that. So what you got to do right now is get grounded and understand that you got to be more productive with your time if you're going to get away from those people. They're going to pull you back in the direction that they want you to go in, but you got to be strong enough with your personal growth and your self-development. You got to be strong enough to pull away from those individuals so you can get the results you want. I promise you, the minute I started to do that, my life changed. And yes, some people around me got pissed, but that ain't my problem. I had to be more productive with my time. Don't wake up and let the first thing you get on be your phone. Don't wake up and let social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, that can't be the first thing you hop on. The way to get more productive with your time is to have what we call block time. I'm going to do, like me, for example, let's look at me. I'm doing the ABCs, right? So I said to myself, I got to create some block time. I got to create 15 to 20 minutes for this ABCs in 26 days straight. I'm going to create some block time. I'm going to create some block time to go out today and shoot my podcast. That's why I'm shooting today here at Beane Acres. I had to create some block time. If you don't take more control of your time, other people will take control of your life. Last but not least, to all my business owners. Understand in business, you don't necessarily have to be profitable day one to become successful. A lot of you guys, the problem with a lot of business owners is you bring a W-2 mentality to a 1099 business, and that is your problem. You can't bring a W-2 mentality to a 1099 business. You may not profit for the first month in some businesses. You may not profit for the first year in some businesses. TWA didn't profit for 53 years. Amazon didn't show a profit for 13 years, and a $1 billion company. So the most powerful thing for you to do is start a home-based business where you can become profitable from day one. Why? Because you already have the things you need in your possession. It's just that you aren't positioning yourself to use them properly. You already got a house. You already got a gas bill. You already got food. You already got gas in your car. You already got the internet. You already got a cell phone. Why aren't you using the possessions that you already have to position yourself to be profitable from day one? If you have a home-based business, which all you guys that don't know me don't know this, but I'm a huge advocate of working from home. And if you have a home-based business, you can position yourself to do things that you can't even believe possible in a traditional business, and you can make profits a lot faster. So with that being said, I want y'all to be more productive with your time by staying away from people who are not promoting you where you want to be. Position yourself to have the prosperity that you deserve. You don't have to hang around the same people in order to get where you want to get, but you got to position yourself to get around the right people so they'll give you more posture and work on the projects you need to get profitable in life and in business.